ahead of the curve. I'm David Thomas. This is Bo Gill.
Hello.
Bo, it's good to see you
Good
again.
to see you too, David.
We got some events around we want to talk to you about. We got some special reports we want to give
Yes.
on what's happening around the county and the city. First of all, Bo, I know you want to talk about the county fair. What's going on?
We got the county fair coming into town. It's always hot when the county fair comes into town. There's always good food, rides for the kids, screaming kids. They'll have good music. They have the pageant. It's fair time. And it starts on July the 17th and it runs through the 23rd. Is it
22nd?
22nd.
Yeah.
I tried to give y'all another day of fun, but I couldn't. But yeah, it's at the county fairgrounds off of Midland Road, Green Lane, whatever you want to call it. It's always a good time. I mean, they have animal exhibits. They even have a horse show one night. They have singing a lot, really good singing, and they have certain other little events.
In there, a tractor pull?
Tractor pull. How could I forget the tractor pull? But it's just a fun time. Look at the schedule. They have it online. They have all the events that are listed. Go out there, support Bedford County Fair. It's a great cause. It's just, becoming now part of who we are. Growing up, we didn't have a county fair here.
No,
we always went to the Lincoln County Fair. My family did.
The horse races.
Yeah. You got to go to the harness races. And so let's be proud and let's support this fair here. I think it's a good thing. And it's obviously a good time. You're going to have fun or you're going to get fed good, great food. Kids are going to love it too.
Well, let me ask you something. Is there anything there for old people?
Well, I don't know. Do you like bounce houses? They're soft. They're not a hard land. It doesn't shake you. You could jump in a bounce. But no, there are for old people. The more agricultural minded, maybe they have areas to walk through where they do competitions on the biggest
is it
tomato.
Is it air conditioned?
On most of the times, if they don't leave the doors open too long. It is though in the agricultural center building there, and they have corn. Farmers that grew these huge record watermelons. I've seen them. You see some of these pumpkins. It's just out of this world. But for the older folks to go through that, and then they have I think a quilt section. They have all kinds of livestock. You can walk through and see the cows and the sheep. They have sheep shows, cattle shows. I don't know. They might have a turtle show.
What?
A turtle?
Show.
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't heard about the turtle shows?
No, I hadn't heard about it. I know they have a dog show.
Okay, they do have a dog show. Maybe the turtle show's next year.
One question I have: can you drive by and get any benefit?
Drive by it.
Just drive by and check it out.
Well, yes, you can.
Okay.
Because it'll just make you want to just jump on a Ferris wheel real quick.
Don't think so.
It might make you want to just sit down and listen to some music. Now there are a fee, I think, to park, and there's a fee for the tickets to ride the rides. But you can go around and look at the other stuff. It's free just after you park. I mean, it's all. Well, I guess the parking fee goes there.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of families going.
There will be a lot of family. You always see a lot of
kids.
It'll be
a lot
packed.
Of kids.
It'll be packed.
They'll be playing the games and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But us old folks, probably gonna stay away
unless at least until the sun goes down. Because
that's true. It does run at night.
It's hot.
I remember going to the state fair back at Fair Park.
Yep.
Where the old state fairgrounds were. Now, we went 2 or 3 times. That was about it, but that was fun as a kid. So I know kids are excited about this.
It's kids basically. It's for the kids.
Yeah, and the old folks are kind of like, we're gonna stay on this side of the county.
They're like, give us some kind of competition. What about my tomatoes? Okay, let's go.
Speaking of farmers, we have a farmers market.
Yes, we
do. What is it, every Thursday?
I believe so. It's early in the morning. I know that.
Yeah, and just you were talking about the farm. We have a lot of people in this county that grow tomatoes, okra, green beans, corn, and that's a place to get your vegetables, man.
It's the best place.
Yes.
A tomato at the store, possibly grown under a light, is nothing compared to a farmer's market homegrown tomato.
And if you get I've always heard this, if you eat from the soil that you live on, it has the best taste. And I don't know what it is about that. It must be something the way we adapt and our senses detect it. I don't know.
Or maybe been all the dirt we ate as kids if we grew up in Shelbyville, and we just want more of it. But let me tell you, the honey is the same way. They have honey there, and they say that's always better
for allergies.
To have the honey that is most close to you locally. So big thumbs up to the farmers. They work hard, and let me tell you, it's not that easy to grow what these guys grow. It takes years of experience, probably passed down from their parents. So let's support the farmers market. Get up early, get your fresh veggies, and support local farmers.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's shift gears now and talk about our education system here in Bedford County. I know the budget was passed a couple of weeks ago for our county budget. And in that, I heard the compliments that the Board of Education and Dr. Garrett did a fantastic job of putting their budget together. And in the process, we're going to get these kids out of portables. And part of that process is the building of Cartwright Elementary. Mm-hmm. Cartwright Elementary is out on Fairfield Pike, just before you get to the bypass, on the left and next to that subdivision that's there. And I went by there the other day, and there's progress being made. It's starting to come into reality. You can drive by there and see the walls coming up already. So it's not far away. They're trying to be in it by next fall.
So
not this come, but a year from now. So they've got a lot of work to do. With that, one thing that came to my mind was the traffic flow.
Yes.
And you know a little bit about that. And I've talked to a Bedford County Board of Education member about that. There's a plan for that. Tell us a little bit about that. If you know.
Several months ago, they brought the plan before the planning commission, and that was to extend the road, to widen the road, if you will, to make a turning lane in there. They're widening it. I don't know the exact feet, but in a 200 before you get to it, and a little bit after, they're going to have, the road, there's Fairfield Pike, it's going to just jut out, and then there's going to be room, therefore, because I think that was all a big concern. Fairfield Pike's busy.
Is it going to 4 lanes or just a turning lane?
It's going to a turning lane, a middle turning lane, the way that I understand it.
They'll come in you can turn from both sides?
Yes, I believe so. And I think that
you wouldn't have to turn it from one side because you'll be in the right lane.
Well, that's right. That wouldn't
coming in.
Unless you want to have a wreck.
That would be bad.
But no, they will have it extended. I could talk about the plans next time. I don't have them in front of me, but I know that it's going to be a widening project to where it'll take out the safety concerns, where the flowing traffic can flow even if that turning lane gets built up. But there will be significant more traffic now. I'm not sure, is it K through 3? Is that how many?
Pre-K all the way through 5th grade. And that place is going to be able to hold 800 people.
Wow. I think that, the impact on the traffic, it's going to be substantial. But what they've done is plan this ahead to make sure that we can get some relief there. It's still going to be Fairfield Pike, and I would love for Fairfield Pike to be, 4 lane all the way through, and maybe that'll happen one day.
I'm trying to think of which school is going to relieve the most. The closest one to it is Aiken. Aiken is I guess it's about a mile.
I'd say so.
About a mile from it. So Aiken will probably see some relief as far as crowding goes. You might even see some relief from east side. Yeah. I don't know how it's zoned. I hadn't looked at that map yet. But it's gonna help take some of the pressure off some of these other elementary schools here in town.
It will, and I think that it's always good and healthy to build schools, and I think that this school will be good. The Cartwright family land there, and there it's called Cartwright. That's why it's called Cartwright Elementary. It was Susie. It was the one that gave it to the city this time, but it was, her father, Hoss Cartwright. So it's a good way to celebrate.
The county bought it.
The county bought it. That's right. They bought it. Hoss Cartwright was he's a staple of this community for years. And I'm glad to see that Cartwright name on the school.
Also, kin to our former mayor in the city too.
That's right. Mr. Wallace
Cartwright. So we've got a lot of connections there, and it's good to see that going
also
up.
on the portable issue, in the budget, it was approved for the Liberty School expansion.
That
too.
wing.
Yes. Yeah. And that is going to be huge because sometimes Liberty just seems to be kind of out there, but I've went out there recently. They've done a lot of painting, a lot of upkeep. So, they're doing a lot of maintenance to Liberty. So Liberty isn't forgotten, that's for sure. And then this plan, I'm not sure when this wing's going to happen. I'm not sure where it is. I haven't seen the plans of this yet, but this is working towards the goal of getting out of portables. I was in portables back in the 90s, and that's when the portables started being a big thing. But they're not safe, and they're not a good learning environment, and there's many other factors. hot. They were hot or too cold. But, you know, for them to get a plan of action and to go on and start, well, they've already started Cartwright, but then for Liberty, I say, hats off.
I wonder how many people from Southside will be able to go out to Liberty once it gets that wing, because Southside's been a school that's been fighting overcrowding for years now.
They have.
And that area of the city, the southwest side of the city, if you take 231 that runs right in front of Southside, to the west of that, out toward between it and Lewis Avenue, where that triangle is, has experienced the most growth in the last 5 years anywhere else in the city of Shelbyville.
Yes.
And and that's a lot of kids.
And it was already populated before that.
Yeah, it's getting more and more.
It is kind of, it's not as close to the city, but it's probably your best option, Liberty. And Liberty's a great school. They got programs, sports programs, every sport just about. And used to, not too long ago, they weren't. They didn't have a baseball. Right. They didn't have football. So they have really grown, and I'm proud of the Liberty Patriots.
I think we'll see a high school out there one day. It might be a good ways off, but I think we will eventually.
Well, they do.
If Bedford County keeps getting more population running in here, we're going to have to do something.
And they had foresight where they bought land.
There's 30 acres out there.
So that would probably be a possibility in the future.
Well, all this is good stuff. And speaking of sports, football season is right around the corner, and Shelbyville now, partnering with Bedford County Sports, we'll be doing live show every Saturday morning, and we're going to start that on the 22nd of July because that's about when practice kicks up. Spring training kicks off for the Titans. We're going to be talking about the Titans, UT football, all of our local high school football teams, and Bill Anderson and Kenny Parker will be here, and we'll have a lot of coaches. And I think Dr. G's coming to talk some more football. She's a big football fan, loves to talk about county sports, so she'll be on here
awesome
too. And
that's going to be coming up. That's exciting. We need more sports, especially local. Considering those kids. I mean, they work hard, and just for them, if they were to hear their name talked about or seen, it's big for a kid. The paper was the old standard in the day.
But they don't get any coverage anymore.
You could look. They had the home run counts and everything, and that's no more. So I appreciate y'all doing that. That's a big.
Well, we're going to talk about as much local stuff as we can. We've got to have a lot of participation. We want to encourage people to get on our live stream and chat with us, because we'll take questions. We had some old faithfuls that showed up every week. And we look forward to that again. And we're going to be publicizing it out there so you can share it with your friends. So that's something we want to talk about and keep going from July all the way through the end of football season and into basketball season like we did this past year. So
that's great.
All right. That's about it, Bo.
I mean, there's other things
stuff happening, but
it's hot outside. We got the celebration coming up not too long, so let them walk on.
We got Fair Week coming. And get out, have some fun out there. Take your family and enjoy.
Be safe.
Bo, thanks for sitting down again.
David.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back real soon.